last 2000 years, emergence of new religions like Christianity and Islam in the Eastern Mediterranean coast resulted in the Indian origin Hindu fraternities to return to India. They were worshippers of Devi, Vishnu as well as Shiva. They belonged to both matriarchal and patriarchal communities. The Indian origin fraternities also adopted Buddhism, and thus it spread to various regions of Southeast Asia by the reverse migration Indian origin fraternities. Hence, we see that many Hindus and particularly Vishnu temples like Angkor Wat was constructed by the Hindu kings and were dedicated to Vishnu, but later used by the Buddhists as well. This is a common feature in India and Southeast Asia. We find a definite influence of Indian religion and culture in Southeast Asia, but it did not reach there directly from India. It reached there through the reverse migration Indian origin fraternities who arrived there by sea route from the Red Sea region. In fact, Buddhism also reached in Eastern Asia, including in China, Japan, and Mongolia, as the reverse migration Kirat fraternity reached there. As these reverse migration fraternities arrived from the Mediterranean coast, where at a later date Christianity and Islam emerged, they brought these influences as well. This reverse migration took place initially via the land route along the Indus Valley civilization and Uttarapath, and later by sea route along the west and east coast of India all the way to Bay of Bengal and northeast India. India is one of the most complex countries in the world in terms of ethnicity, culture, and language. What makes India so diverse is little understood till date. A number of books have been published explaining various hypotheses regarding the origin of Indian population. Indians have been included very recently in global genetic studies. Some of the results are extremely confusing and remains unexplained so far. It is presently believed that the Indian population is the outcome of various fraternities migrating to India from different directions, and this region served as a melting pot. They brought various languages and cultural characteristics which over time produced a unique blend of culture in India. Majority of the Indians today speak in Indo-European language, which is believed to have come from Europe. Moreover, physical features resembling some European characteristics among a certain proportion of Indian population substantiated the hypothesis of Indo-Aryan migration. Many scholars are of the opinion that even the Dravidian speakers native to the southern part of India came from other regions of India. Austroasiatics and Tibeto-Burman speakers are considered to have come from the east. Unfortunately, it is even believed that the arrival of Indo-Aryan fraternities from the west marked the beginning of a refined civilization in India. In other words, we are still in the dark about the origin of the Indian population. It is high time that on the basis of evidences we seriously consider that Indian territories served as the intermediate host of the anatomical modern humans since their arrival from Africa 65,000 years ago. A gradual process of refinement of civilization continued in India. It had an indigenous population and a refined civilization since the last glacial period. They spread to distant lands starting from 12,000 years ago, following the submersion of the Bengal glacial coastal shelf.